Everybody to the 2018 State of Origin Series at Dolphin Oval at Redcliffe. As Scott McAllister here, I'm joined by Peter Bell, and our first game on the stadium field is the men's 35s division. And Pete, I think like many State of Origin games, this one will be a close one. New South Wales, they're the current title holders in the men's 35s, winning the last series 2-1, but both teams look pretty good on paper.
Good afternoon, Scotty. Yes, looking forward to this first game of the series, and what a venue. Have a look at Redcliffe Leagues Club here at Dolphin Oval. It's absolutely picturesque, and the field, amazing condition. So we're really looking forward to it. No excuses here. This is the best of the best in the 35s division.
So we're just about underway for the men's 35s. It's New South Wales that'll have the tap. They'll be running from right to left on your screens. So plenty of stars on show for both teams here. The Queensland side in particular. A lot of former Australian Open representatives, as is the same with New South Wales, as both teams are in position to get underway. And the hooter, the referee, has got his arm up in the air. The hooter's about to sound in the background. And the 2018 State of Origin Series will be underway. A lot of anticipation. Here it is. There we go. So New South Wales, they just stagger their tap a little bit, try to catch Queensland off guard, but they're well onto it, the Queensland side. New South Wales, let's see what they got. First possession with the ball, and sweepers coming around the back. They throw it back, and there's a link ball, and the hole is open. And New South Wales, that's exactly the start they wanted. And they have opened the scoring. They lead 1-0.
Yes, good set play there by the New South Welshmen. Running ML there, as we all know it. And with a passive line out the back, and caught our link a little bit in. So Queensland will have to hit back straight away here, Scotty.
And it's Ryan Pollock with the ball. And he's just working up through the middle of the field with Mick Watson. It's Jones, drives in. That's Prince with the ball now. He does a big dive. Touch made from New South Wales, so well defended. Watson with the ball now. Jones in the half. Prince with the ball. There's an opportunity. Does he hit the winger? Now Scotty Prince is putting his hand up for 6 to go. It looked like he dropped it over the line, but a bit of a chance there for Queensland.
Yes, Queensland winger just putting the ball down. Difficult pass at his ankles, but they're the ones you got to get. And New South Wales on the hit back here.
As New South Wales drive out of their line, they're working it through the middle of the field. And it's just been plenty of the same in this set. Nice drives up through the middle third. As now they're working into the half and just well covered in the end. Didn't have too many options on the end of that set.
No, Shane Woolman picked up and ran, but the Queensland defence nice and tight. Ryan Pollock taking the ball forward. It's good to see Scotty Prince getting early involvement in the Queensland team. Of course, Scotty Prince, NRL, former NRL player, and now Queensland on the attack.
As touch 4, referees called this one up and not rolling straight. So 3 referees are going to be right on to everything in this match. But you can really tell already the State of Origin intensity out on the field. There's plenty of chat from both sub-boxes. And she's already open to be what looks like another classic Origin match. It's New South Wales now with the ball. They've just gone over their side of halfway. They drive in. Now Bishop, he's pointing direction. One of their strike players, Willie Bishop. He's with the ball now. Skips and jumps across, looking for someone to link up to. Throws it out. Misses the link in the winger. So they covered their man pretty well there as the referee goes for the touch and pass.
Yes, nice defence from Graham Clancy there. He caught the New South Wales guy passing late, and so Queensland get the benefit of that penalty. Now they're pushing hard over halfway.
Impressive drive from the Queenslanders. They've just gone through the middle third of the park, and it's Nathan Jones who turns it on the outside. It's Jones again into half. He's going to look for his options here. He's going short, and they've gone through the middle, and that's going to be their opening touchdown. And that was Ralph Hickman who got the touchdown, and that was just a nice little short ball from Nathan Jones.
Yes, Nathan Jones will be the go-to man for a lot of those set up or strike dumps at the end of the sets, and he picked up nicely there. Looked long on the 4-on-3, but then nice soft hands, short little ball, and Queensland are levelling it up 1-1.
So let's see if New South Wales can hit back here in this next set. It's been a great opening to this men's 35s game. As sweepers come around the back, that's Bishop again, goes off his left foot. Referee, what's he indicating here? There's plenty of chat going between both. I think he's going to pull him back. That was a really close one. So touch made.
Great bit of work. Ryan Pollock was the right middle there. He was offside, but Ralphie Hickman got in and got off the line and made the crucial touch.
Last touch now. They've got numbers on the outside. Big touch there. That was a massive touch from the wing, and that was Troy Nichols came in. Touch he had to make. They had numbers there on the outside, New South Wales.
Yes, they're both asking a few questions of each other's defence here, so it's a good start, Scotty. 1-1, and just what State of Origin is all about.
Queensland now. Hickman, he's taken off from half, but that's because he must have heard the call from the referee. They've turned it over, so they've got 6 touches here, and they'll be defending their line pretty shortly. So those errors you don't want to be giving away at State of Origin level football. They can come back to haunt you, that's for sure. As New South Wales, they're just taking the sting out of their attack a little bit, just getting plenty of talk amongst themselves. A sweeper comes around the back. Now goes off his left foot and turns it back into the middle. And Queensland defence is holding strong so far. New South Wales driving, good touch, good contact. That held that roll ball up. And again, Hickman comes up out of the line, makes the touch. So not too much on show here from New South Wales, but they've got the last touch now. They look like they've got numbers left to right. Nice ball as well, and just spilt over on the sideline.
Yes, good ball from Shane Moorman. Probably the wind might have played a bit of havoc with it, but Winger couldn't take it. But it was a definite chance for New South Wales then.
So they've looked dangerous on that right-hand edge. New South Wales have had 2 chances as Queensland again just to direct their attack up through the middle. It's that danger man again, Jones in a half. He throws it out to the link and just tries to hoik it over, but that was a forward pass for sure, but a little chance on their short side there.
Yes, that was Nathan Jones to Aaron Jones, his brother, and I think the cut ball would have been the option to get, yes, again, we've got the sides asking questions deep in their others' territory. So we're hoping here that Queensland can hold. From a Queenslanders' point of view, Scotty, New South Wales have come up with an error now. This will be a chance for Queensland to go ahead.
Yeah, 6 touches in really good field position for the Queenslanders. So let's see what they've got. As Watson just pots it up, gives it out to Clark. It's Jones. Watson's in half. It's Nathan Jones with the ball. Now goes off his left foot. And touch made. Good defence from New South Wales. So still touches up their sleeve, Queensland. Let's see if they work to a set piece here. Drive in. That's Aaron Jones. Goes on the outside of Mickey Watson, but just got himself out of position a little bit. And the ball went out in front of him. That's a turnover.
So New South Wales driving out of their half. Scotty, I've been impressed with the pace for a 35s game. It's been end to end, hasn't it? So if this is the start of what we're to expect from State of Origin in the Masters divisions anyway, I'd hate to see the Opens. Well, I look forward to seeing the Opens this afternoon.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to those matches. So highlights tonight, the mixed Open, Women's Open and Men's Open matches will all be on the live stream through the Queensland Touch Football Facebook page and New South Wales Touch Football Facebook page. So make sure you stay tuned. There's plenty of good games coming up today and tomorrow. There's Queensland. They're going to look to try to work off this mistake from New South Wales. And the last set again, Prince. He's made the touch there. That was a chance. They're looking dangerous with those sweep plays going around the back and some footwork off the left foot's giving them good options. Queenslanders. Prince again. Looks short, but couldn't quite get the biscuits on that one.
No, just the final execution there. New South Wales well and truly up with their defence for the sweep plays. I'm just going to wait now that Queensland coach should read that New South Wales are defending that quite well. We'll see the sweep options come into play. So New South Wales on the drive here now.
It's that danger man Bishop again. He goes off his left foot. He's looking for options as he got through. Big touch made there on the boot from Hickman. He's been really impressive to start this match, particularly in defence, but also got the opening touchdown to Queensland. Strong touch there from New South Wales. Just holds up their momentum. Little stumble again as they work it over towards their substitute box. Queensland now been pretty impressive with their go forward, I think, in this first half. It's Jones again. We've called them both. Nathan and Aaron Jones. They've been everywhere so far for Queensland. And they just throw that one away. So it just fell apart, that set in the end.
Yes, it's probably the first set that's, as you say, we've come up with an error at the back end of it. But up until that point, both teams rucking really well and completing their sets really well.
So it's one touchdown apiece. Men's 35's opening game here at the 2018 State of Origin Series. So everything that we expected from an Origin match so far. Short ball, nice work. Throws it out long. They've got numbers here. Can the winger get there? No, he can't. So New South Wales, they retake the lead, and that was just a really nice little set play from the Blues.
Yes, well, 4-on-3 at the back end of the set. Queensland collapsed and gave them the pass, which probably not what they really wanted to do there. They probably needed to probably have a good look at him, see what he wanted, and of course, once you collapse, there's easy options, 4-on-3 straight to the winger, and it's now 2-1 to New South Wales.
So let's see if Queensland can hit back. As Watson drives forward. They switch it back on the inside. They got Sweepies coming back out. That's Prince. He's looking dangerous off his left foot, and he's just gone straight through the middle of both of them. And they've levelled it back up, so just a nice little bit of footwork, and that levels them 2 touchdowns apiece.
Well, there we go. That's I'm talking about having a sweep of variation, but they stayed with the same play. That's the third one for Scotty Prince to come around. Third time lucky, Scotty. So he's evened it up, and so Scotty Prince has been all over this game at the moment as well. Let's see what New South Wales come up with here for the tap-off.
So 2 touchdowns all. And New South Wales, let's see what they got. It's been on the right hand, their right edge, that they've looked dangerous, but it's on the left, but they turn it back in towards the middle, and she's opened up again. It's another touchdown. It's Warren Lauger, that's his second. And again, that's the side. It must be a clear direction from the New South Wales coach. That's their plan, because they've been getting the biscuits every time that they've gone out that side.
Yes, that left edge of Queensland against the grain. That's back the other way. There was quarterback on that occasion, and New South Wales a very good hit back. Sign of a good side, Scotty, to leak a touchdown and then put one straight back on. So it's 3-2 now.
So plenty of attack in this game from both sides, which has been super impressive. It's Queensland. They're just going to pull back and reset here. As they take it out to their right edge. And they'll fire it back in towards the middle now. Nice little short ball goes off the right-hand side, but just missed the target on that one. And so, little error, turns that one over. New South Wales hold out defensively. So let's see how they get out of their end here. They're working it towards their sub-box now. So they're going to get some interchanges happening, which they do. It's Rushworth with the ball. They drive back in towards the middle. That's Bishop. Rushworth in the half. Great drive coming in. Good touch from Queensland. Rushworth again. He's all good touch from Queensland, but it was open again. There's a little bit of push and shove here too. Well, this is what Origin's all about. Mate, they dead set do not like each other, these two teams.
No, but they've got to be smart about it too, Scotty. We don't want anyone at the end of the field, because that could cost you your game, your team, the game. So you really want to keep your discipline. But it's 3-2. New South Wales looking stronger, but not by much.
But Queensland now, last touch. Hickman. He's looking good. He's still going. Hickman, he's just looking for someone to link up with. Couldn't find anyone there in support. They held off him a little bit, but they kept them out, the Queenslanders. So New South Wales, they've got the lead. 1 touchdown in it. So it's been a great opening first half in the men's 35s game, as Rushworth brings it towards their sideline again. Bishop, he's going to take a substitution too. New South Wales, fresh legs, that's Mitchell. They've done a pretty good job defensively so far, Queensland. The last touch should be coming up here as Mitchell drives in. It is the last touch now. They're going back to that right edge, Queensland's left edge, but the ball just falls away and dips away from the New South Wales outside backs there.
Yes, we're more of the same from New South Wales, attacking that left edge, as you said, Scotty. So at the moment, really impressed with the New South Wales structure in their attack. They're asking lots of questions of the Queenslanders, and they're going to need to be very careful, particularly when they get close to their line down there. And, of course, now here we go. They're driving hard into the New South Wales territory.
Last touch now. It's Clancy, puts the afterburners on, turns it back on the inside to Aaron Jones. He's just thrown it and dropped the New South Wales player at the same time. Now, Queensland are protesting here a little bit. So, tough call, Peter, but looked like he just kind of threw it right into his breadbasket. And the referee has said that it wasn't 6 to go, and they've given away another penalty as well. So, it might have been a little bit of back chat on that play too.
Well, the signal looked like it was the ball not to the mark, but I don't know. It come off, rebounded off the New South Wales player, so I don't know the pretext of that second penalty. Definitely the first one was fair, but we've got, and what's that penalty for? Off the mark, so this will be a chance for Queensland just to settle things down. And another penalty for the same thing, so we can't, the boys in green, white and black have certainly been consistent, Scotty.
Yeah, you can't say that they're not exactly the same penalties from both sides. So they've set the platform, the referees. They won't be copying any lip from the players, and deservedly so. It's Queensland now. Let's see if they can get some joy, and they do. So nice little short link ball, and Queensland, they hit straight back. It's level now. It's 3 touchdowns apiece.
Good bit of work by Troy Clark there on his left-hand pass. He got on the outside of his player, which drew the link's interest, and he went in, and of course that would open the link hole. So it's a good strike back, right, getting close to half-time, and 3-3. Scotty, we've got a match on our hands.
Yeah, fantastic match here in the men's 35s. Let's see if New South Wales can get another one before the half-time break. I think both sides will definitely be looking to take the ascendancy going into the half-time break. But nothing can get them away from each other at the moment in terms of the score line. But New South Wales, Rushworth goes that left to right again. And it slammed down from Bishop. Almost lost control of the ball, but they hit straight back. And they've done that pretty well in this match. When Queensland scored, they've found a way to be able to hit straight back.
Yes, nice bit of play again. And we've been throughout the call, we've said it's that left edge of Queensland, and so they're attacking from the left-hand side and cutting across to the right-hand side as New South Wales look at it. So it's a good bit of play, good hold by Willie Bishop, and we're back to that 4-on-3 again.
But Queensland now just looking to set some plays up. They've had a lot of players in motion on their set pieces. As Clancy, oh geez, went for the big rip, hits the link. Might have been hoping to hit the winger there, but little chance gone by for Queensland. It's New South Wales come off their line, and they just direct good contact. They call play on with the referees. So it's getting a bit scrappy out there now, and they've come together, the boys. A little bit of push and shove. So it happened in the previous touch, and the second one was matched up by Mickey Watson. There's plenty of chat going on here as the New South Wales player makes his way to the sideline. So the referee's just having a chat with Scotty Prince from the Queensland side, and Mick Watson, who made the contacts coming in. I think the referees are just going to be saying, hang on boys, let us control this game. It's getting a little bit scrappy out there now.
Yes, tension's boiling over a little bit there. Chris Johnson from New South Wales, and we've got a bin. So Michael Watson's been sent to the bin for over vigorous, or at least going on with something. So this will be danger times for Queensland with 2 minutes to go, Scotty, and it's 5 plays 6.
Yeah, there's going to be numbers somewhere, but they've turned it over. There's a penalty coming here. So this is going to be really tough from Queensland. Well, this is what State of Origin football's all about. If they can manage to hold New South Wales out, they're going to take a lot of confidence out of that going into the halftime break. But 6 playing 5, New South Wales with the extra man on the field. Michael Watson in the bin at the moment. There's Bishop and Rushworth. Another penalty here, and they need to be really careful. They don't want to lose another one. But you feel with the player that they've lost on the field, they're doing everything to run this clock down Queensland. There's Bishop again, well touched. They've done well so far, Queensland, but the numbers are out on that side again. They've got to jam back in. Big touch made there. Huge touch. Aaron Jones. Rushworth now again. They've just got to be patient here, New South Wales. They know they've got the extra man somewhere on the field. They hold back. Rushworth again. Here it is. They go to that familiar edge. They hoik it back on the outside. The referee's going to call touch and pass, though. So they hold on, Queensland.
Yes, great defence. And I tell you what, that's just about what you need as a team standing on the sideline to watch your mates defend with one less player. So that might give Queensland the lift they needed. But they've got to get their full complement back, Scotty. Mind you, 30 seconds to go if they can just hang on.
And that's what they do, and you feel like they're just going to hold the ball and just drive through the middle here. They've got to complete this set and not turn it back over. And there's a chance. It's Jones. They're looking a bit short in defence. New South Wales somehow with the extra man, and they make the touch. If they didn't get their hands on the ball there, you felt like there was going to be... Queensland had played on straight away here. It was Pollock. Well, New South Wales just shut off. And all of a sudden, Pollock just went straight forward and gets the touchdown for Queensland.
Well, that's certainly not what New South Wales would have wanted. Right on the bell. That's what we call the coach killers, Scotty. They were all over Queensland for most of that half. Had one in the bin. Queensland defended a set down there with 5 on the field. And, of course, they've come straight back down the other end and evened the game up. What an end of the half for Queensland, mate.
Well, it's been quite an extraordinary first match here at the 2018 State of Origin Series. Men's 35s. We didn't think anything different, but yeah, it was a real ding-dong battle. New South Wales took the early lead, but Queensland came back. But yeah, like you said, Pete, the finish for Queensland to actually score a touchdown with a player in the bin after being under the pump for 2 sets of 6, that was quite extraordinary.
Yes, did you say a ding-dong battle? Yes, and look, I think for New South Wales in that half, Willie Bishop has been probably their best player. I've been impressed with Shane Warman, his couple of his left to right passes setting up for that attacking Queensland left edge. Really, really good play from him. Graham Clancy, very good in defence for us. I guess the pick of our attackers has been Nathan Jones, mate, number 11 for Queensland, has been the go-to man, and he's really controlled Queensland's attack. So, but Troy Clark set one up there at the end as well, so he's had a good game. So at the moment, I think very even. I would have thought that New South Wales have just been slightly ahead of Queensland, all things considered. But typical Queensland fashion, mate, they're hanging in there, and they're not letting New South Wales get away with it.
Yeah, they're definitely hanging in there. So it's 4-all in the men's 35s. Opening match here at the State of Origin Series. With it being so close on both sides, there's no lack of being able to score touchdowns from either side. But do you think that in the end it might be a defensive game that ends up winning this one?
Oh, I think you're absolutely 100% right. At this level, all games will be dictated to by your team's ability to hold serve. Use a tennis analogy. They really need to make sure that they can hold out when your opposition get down there. Queensland have done that for most occasions, but New South Wales asking lots of questions, and that I think at the moment I just favour New South Wales attack. It's been a little bit more structured, a little bit more purpose. Queensland, on the other hand, their drive has been good. I think they've been able to get down there without too much trouble, but it will be that defence. And I wonder, Coach Peter Robinson, what he will change, because we've said throughout the call that left edge of Queensland, it's been a bit iffy in some of going in on the shut and others are holding, and so 4-on-3 has been the go-to play for New South Wales. So they'll have to adjust something on that left edge, Queensland's left edge, that is.
And on the flip side for New South Wales, Coach Michael McDonald, they're a little bit of the same, the touchdowns that Queensland have. I think they were hitting their right edge, New South Wales, a little bit, but they've come off the grain a little bit as well, Queensland. So they've had a nice sweeper plays going off the back, but nice left footwork from Scott Prince, probably in particular, and just caught the New South Wales middle defensive players caught off guard a couple of times.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams adjust, and that's the beauty of touch at this level. It's not random out there, Scott. It's not random by any stroke of the imagination. Every team will have a plan. They'll run that plan almost like a sequence. They'll see how things pan out, and then they'll adjust on the run, and that's what we look forward to when you watch the high-level touch. It's very structured, and it's not like the backyard footy they used to play, mate.
Oh, absolutely. They're far from backyard footy out here, that's for sure. As Queensland, they will get the second half underway, and we're about a minute from the second half starting. So, mate, across the weekend, there's going to be plenty of big matches, and particularly that'll be on the live stream, but definitely be highlighted by the 3 Opens divisions that will be on later on this afternoon.
Yes, the 3 Opens divisions, and of course the youth, the under-20 boys and under-20 girls, they're here too, and so they are the I guess the litmus test for both states in terms of their development to see how well their youth teams go. Queensland very strong in the youth area. They've this year they've won both 12s, 15s, and 18s nationals, so they're hoping to get the clean sweep with the 20s. But at the moment, it's New South Wales has got the state of origin, so this is where they are strong, right across the Masters divisions.
We're just about to get underway here, the second half of the men's 35s division. And a sneaky little hold off from Graham Clancy. Just tries to catch the New South Wales defender off guard, which he did, but he readjusted and gets back in the line. Queensland, they're just going to shift it out to Trevor Moran on their edge. Aaron Jones as well. They look a little bit all over the place to start this second half, Queensland. And again, their shape's just a bit off. They're all jammed over here on their left-hand side. And you think that they're going to work it back to their right now. Jones again goes short. The bat over. And a chance. I feel like if Scotty Prince was just a little bit on the outside, they might have had a chance. Now, Mickey Watson's only just run back in from the bin as well, so they didn't bring him straight back on. So that would explain why they were so compressed in that set.
Absolutely. Beginning the half with 5. And anyway, they've got out of jail there. So now back to equal numbers. New South Wales driving through the midfield.
Yeah, it's nice and direct from New South Wales. Their first touch of the ball in the second half. Good touch there from the Queensland defence. They just tried at Rushworth again, so not much doing for them in their opening set, but they'll concede there now. There's a penalty coming here. There was referee on the far sidelines pulled them up. I can't quite see. I've got a feeling, Peter, that might have had players in front of them. Was that no, it was a roll ball, wasn't it? So we're not too sure what the referee's called.
No, I missed that one myself, but I tell you what, it's a massive call in the context of that. Queensland on a big drive, and all of a sudden they lose possession. So they want to get hold New South Wales here. Big chance for New South Wales.
They drive in now, get players in motion. They got numbers again. And Prince just comes in. Touch that needed to be made, but that ball gets underneath Prince there. They had a 2-on-1 ready to go, New South Wales. So they're stretching them again. Their key players are on. Bishop dishes. Comes back off the left foot. Touch made. As Ryan Pollock is having a nice chat with the referee. I think just letting him know, yep, I made the touch. He streams out of the line, makes the touch again. Players wrapping around the back, and well defended from Queensland. At New South Wales, let's see, Rushworth turns it back in towards the middle. Bishops is sweeping around the back. Rushworth holds it. He's in the in-goal. And that was a chance there. They looked like they just lost their way in actual position on the field there. A couple of the players were deep in the in-goal from Queensland.
Yes, and Queensland on the drive here. This is a big set for them. They need to get the field position. And is that an error? No, it's a penalty. Could have gone either way, that one, 50-50, and one for Queensland. But so this will be their chance now to put something on. I'm just going to watch and see, Scotty, what they want to go to here.
So Queensland, it's 4 touchdowns apiece. They want to take the lead. Hickman does the dummy switch. They throw it back out. It's Watson. He tries to get underneath. Touch made. Good defence. So New South Wales, they're holding strong so far in this set. Queensland, really good field position here. They're going to look back to their open sides. Good strong touch from New South Wales. Chance going begging. As I can hear the groans of my co-commentator Peter Bell there, so there was an opportunity. Great link run, but the ball just ripped out and couldn't get his hands around that one.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time Queensland have opened a space there in that link channel, and the links hit the hole nicely and pretty close to scoring, but the pass has been a bullet. And a little bit softer hands there might have brought home the bacon, but New South Wales now over halfway.
So work it back in towards the middle. And they shifted on to the right edge now. That was Mitchell who drove forward. Johnson with the ball. And they've just turned it over. So the last 2 sets just lacked a little bit of polish from New South Wales. And let's see how Queensland get out of trouble here. They've got substitutions coming on. Nice strong drive from Queensland. It's Clancy with the ball now. Princey in half. Pollock, they've got numbers out here. Can Moran get there in the end? Big dive. And he's got it. So Queensland, they hit up, they hit back, they take the lead as well. It's 5 touchdowns to 4.
Yes, well, I was just thinking to myself that then at the start of this half has been a bit Queensland. Jared Thierry there, good work by him, but New South Wales just sort of been a little bit slow to start this second half, and I think Queensland are really up for it. So they've hit the front for the first time, I think.
Yeah, it's 5-4 to Queensland. As Woolman's in half. He's going to get the ball back. No, he's in half again. Dishes to Bishop off that left foot. Good defence in the middle from Queensland. He's definitely been the danger man, Willie Bishop. He usually is when he's on the field. The referee just gets him back into position. New South Wales, they got touches up their sleeve. Bishop with the ball again. Throws the dummy. Great left to right. Big touch made again. So Thierry, big touch there, but they've gone back to their favourite side again, the New South Wales.
Yes, Willie Bishop, as you call there, Scotty, is the danger man, and anything against the grain too is always dangerous in contemporary touch. It's really hard, but Queensland on the drive here. It's Watson. He's been in everything.
They turn it over. So they ran out of options there, Queensland. It's New South Wales. You're feeling they're going to work it towards their sub-box, which they do. So still only 1 touchdown in it. Queensland with the lead. It's New South Wales again. It's that man Bishop. He's been everywhere. He's going to get the ball again now. He goes off the right foot. They got numbers here, New South Wales. They turn it back onto the inside, and there they go. They've hit back and leveled it back up. And again, we've caught him 1,000 times, but Bishop, he was central to that one. And New South Wales, they level this one. It's 5 touchdowns all.
Yes, Queensland middles there, poor pre-touch, meaning simply that they were still up offside before one of the touches being made, and then no one's onside to make the subsequent touches. But yeah, good bit of work by New South Wales there. Good tap back in by the winger. So we're back to square one. It's 5 all.
Been a fantastic opening match here. The men's 35s. Good strong touch. That was Rushworth on Pollock. A couple of old foes. They played plenty of touch with and against each other, those two. There's Jones. Drives in for his brother Nathan. Goes off his right. Good roll ball. Quick roll ball. Pollock goes. Big touch. And good call from the referee. 6 touch. Little chance there for Queensland, but well defended.
Yes, well, gee, from up here, that was looked at, that Oh, they're not even going to worry about that one. This is where the referees need to take control. A few heavy touches both ways. And they're both wanting it at 5-all now, so the ante's been lifted, Scotty.
Oh, you can feel it here. There is plenty of chat out on the field. And 6 touch. Queensland is screaming for the ball. And they've got it now. So they just work through the middle of the field. Clancy drives. It's Pollock now. A lot of talk coming from the New South Wales box. They're just in front of us here at Dolphin Oval. Scores being level. Clark. He goes and gets on the outside of his man. Slides underneath. They take the lead back. It's 6 touchdowns to 5. Queensland leading this one.
Yes, replica of a touchdown scored in the first half, Scott, there with Troy Clark getting on the outside of his man and showing good pace for the old fella because he's come into this with a calf injury. Maybe I shouldn't have told the opposition that, but he's got a calf injury, old Troy, and he's done well there. So touchdown to him, and I'm sure his family are cheering up there on the sunny coast for him.
So New South Wales, let's see if they can hit back in the set. They have previously, so they know that they've definitely got the strike power to be able to lock this one back up. You just got a feeling. A turnover. Drop ball there was Drew Davies. He knows it was a big mistake too. Just slaps his hand. He'd be disappointed with that. So can Queensland capitalise? No one's had a greater than a 1 touchdown lead in this match. You feel if one of the teams can get in front, which Queensland are now, if they can extend that to 2 touchdowns, it might be hard to bridge back. There's still plenty of time in this match as Watson. It's Prince, just turns it back towards the middle of the field. Watson's in the half. Dishes Prince, well defended.
Yes, probably not a great end to that set. Passing, but no forward momentum. But New South Wales now on the drive. And they probably know now, Scott, that they need to put a bit of pressure on Queensland with their field position. So they've upped the ante with their rucking.
Yeah, they're going nice and direct, New South Wales. They need to do that to get down to this end of the field. They have. There's a chance. Big dive. And, yeah, he's got him on the boots. There's a penalty coming here. Yeah, Michael Watson, he's already had one a period of time. He probably needs to keep his mouth quite closed. I don't think they would lose another player and lose their lead as well, Queensland. But this is a massive defensive set.
Yes, and of course the coach subs on the 2 go-to players, Rushworth and Bishop. So what are they going to conjure here? This is danger time for Queensland.
It's that man Bishop. He throws it. They've got the numbers. And they've hit back. They've levelled this one up. Just got lost a little bit, the Queensland defence there. And it's 6 touchdowns apiece.
Yeah, once again, probably not defending the sweeper too well, the Queenslanders on that occasion. So we're back at 6-all, and with 8 minutes to go, this can go any way, Scotty.
So you just got that feeling. It might take more than regular time, potentially, to sort this one out. Now, all State of Origin games, if they're locked up as Jones, he throws in, and there's another big hole in front. I think Queensland might hit back. New South Wales players putting his hand up at the referee. He's backing up. He's going to give this one. New South Wales aren't happy. He awards the touchdown now, so Queensland back in front. 7 touchdowns to 6.
Yes, a variation play to a couple of the plays they've run already. Queensland, the half actually picked up and ran there, and the ball was pretty close, 50-50, ball down, player being touched, and what do we got, an error straight away. Queensland on the attack again, so that's a big play for Queensland.
So last 2 sets, New South Wales just unfortunate errors, drop ball in their previous one after a Queensland try and an unsquare roll ball on that occasion. And the hits are still plenty out there. Nathan Jones really rocked back a New South Wales defender as he drove into the line. They turn it back. They've got numbers here potentially. Again, 2-on-1. But New South Wales winger, that was Warren Lauger. He got himself into the space and he had to be there. They had numbers on the outside there, Queensland.
Yes, I like the way Queensland are getting that quick ball, spreading it quickly to a player on the outside of his opponent, and that's giving Queensland a bit of a jump. They're pushing up into the link there, which is always dangerous, but Rushworth's got the ball back, and he's milked a good one there, I think. Yes, he's got his penalty, so that's a Queensland ill discipline, we'll call that, Scotty.
Yeah, threw it straight to him, and then the tough touch to follow that one. So New South Wales, they've got to hit back, and it might need to be this set that they do it. Just working out towards their right edge. They take a little bit of sting out of the attack here. Mitchell turns it back into Bishop. And they've lost the touch count, I think, but there's a penalty coming. Which way is the referee going to put his arm up? Got a feeling it's going to go towards Queensland, and he's saying the New South Wales player was a bit vigorous as he drove into the line. I think he might have collected one of the Queensland players in the melon.
Yes, Willie Bishop was penalised for making the touch on the defender, which is fine, but it was a bit high. It hit him up around the jaw, so not allowed by the rules, of course, and Queensland now, big chance for them to go 2 ahead. Great ball. Oh, good touch too. Very good touch. Yeah, he's ball down. Andrew Dar, there's a great touch. So New South Wales hang on. They wouldn't have wanted to leak one there. Two in front at this stage, Scotty, might have been what they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. You might have felt that if that was a touchdown to Queensland, it might be a bridge too far for New South Wales, but it was good defence. Looked like he just got him on the arm and spilt the ball. Trevor Moran, but it was a chance for Queensland as they go direct again. It's Bishop in the half. You feel like it's going to come from him. Well defended from Queensland. Just didn't quite have the option on the end of that set.
No, and that man Bishop's still there. That was a long set for him. We got picked up a penalty here. I was impressed there with Scotty Prince coming up from the link to make a midfield link touch, which saves his middles. And at this stage of the game, 4 minutes to go, you want your link, Scott, making those midfield touches as much as possible to take the load off your middle. So that was good work by Scotty Prince.
So Queensland now, as we said, they'll be looking for this touchdown to take that 2-touchdown lead. Clancy gets on the outside, turns back in towards the middle. They're just going to pull back here. Plenty of chat going on between both sets of players and the referees. Clancy's pointing out New South Wales defenders. He's got the ball back now. Goes left, throws it in, intercepted. No penalty. Offside New South Wales. So if it wasn't a touchdown, probably the next best result is to chew more time off the clock.
You're not wrong there. I think Graham Clancy's had a good game, mate. Number 4 for Queensland. He's been really good in defence, but showing his attack skills as well.
So Queensland just pulling it back, holding it up. Big touch there. And the referee's going to bowl another penalty. So that's 3 penalties in a row. New South Wales have given away. Big, strong touch. Not a big man, Michael Watson, but it was a strong touch. And here he is again. Turns it back in to Aaron Jones. There's Prince sweeping around the back. Jones, they're just going to hold up here. They've got touches up their sleeve as time rolls off the clock. Prince, link ball, well defended. So they hold out New South Wales.
And this next set, both sets, a set for Queensland, a set for New South Wales, could decide the game right here and now. So New South Wales want to get field position, no piggybacks, and Queensland finding it hard to get on side. And it's, as I speak, no, it's gone the other way. Over the mark penalty. I was just about to say Queensland struggling to get on side. Wasn't over the mark, so it was a jam in the jaw, was it, Scotty?
Yeah, that's what looked like the call. It's still testy out there, both sides. They're coming in hard with touches. And again, I think New South Wales turning possession over when they had the ball. So it was a big call from the referee. He made it. Jones. They throw it back out towards Pollock. Prince, quick roll ball. They might have him in trouble here. Touch made. They looked close to being offside. The referee saying all good. Last touch. They throw it back out. They're well covered. Big 360 from Hickman. Jeez, might see that on the dance floor on Saturday night. That was super impressive.
Yes, it was indeed. There's a penalty to New South Wales. Willie Bishop was good in defence there for New South Wales. I felt he saved one there. Both middles were offside and he's come in from the link. But this is the big set for New South Wales.
Can Queensland hold out? They've got the one touchdown lead over New South Wales. Here we go. It's that man Bishop. They're well covered. They turn back in. Well defended so far from Queensland. Here we go. Bishop, he's pointing. He's directing. Goes off the left foot. Touch made. Big defence there. That was Nathan Jones. So Willie Bishop goes off his right foot. Just hoiked back in, and yeah, they've dropped the ball, New South Wales. So this could be it for Queensland. One sets the call from the sub box. So just got to hold the ball here, you feel, Queensland. They just work it up the sideline. It's Moran and Jones just taking metres. Taking a little bit of starch out of their attack, but that's a good run from Aaron Jones. It's the two brothers working together. They look to their open side. Jones, he just goes on the short side. Had a lot more time than what he should have. And almost a little half chance in the end, and it definitely probably shouldn't have been.
No, this will be a penalty for sure. Has to be. No, not in the ruck. Yeah, has to be a penalty. Queensland are getting caught up in it there, Graham Clancy. But with 24 seconds to go, this is the last set of 6. Queensland holding on.
So can New South Wales pull this one out of the bag? They're driving up through the middle. They need to get towards the touchline. It's Rushworth with the ball. He just takes one and goes down to the ground. Now he's holding the ball. The referee's got her hand in the air. They're not happy, New South Wales. Now's a period of time as the hooter goes in the background. So they got one chance here, New South Wales. 6 on 5 to level this one up and take it into extra time. They just throw it to the outside edge. The Queensland defender comes up and makes the touch. And Queensland have taken this one out. What an opening match here at the State of Origin series in Redcliffe. Queensland men's 35s, 7 defeating, my apologies, yes, it is 7-6 over New South Wales. But Peter, what a fantastic opening match here in the men's 35s.
Well, obviously for us too, isn't it, Scotty, Queenslanders? But look, be honest, a great game. And New South Wales, I thought they probably fell away towards the back end of the first half, and Queensland scored on the bell and then started the second half quite slow. And that period of time is what has probably won the game for Queensland, I would have thought. Queensland's coach, Peter Robinson, will be pretty happy with that performance. I know he'll probably go home, watch the video tonight and see what he can change. I think New South Wales will be disappointed, really. I mean, they started all over Queensland, but as I said, fell away and then started slowly. So Willie Bishop, probably the best by far for New South Wales. But I was impressed with Nathan Jones, obviously, for Queensland. And definitely in that second half, Graham Clancy had a blinder, I thought. So the old Cowboys boy. So good luck to Queensland for the rest of the series. But they go one up now in what's going to be a really tight series in that division.
So stay with us. There's plenty more touch from the State of Origin series at Redcliffe coming your way. Our next match will be the Women's 30s division out here at Dolphin Oval in Redcliffe.